Any fears that the further Disneyfication of Pixar would result in a diminution of the latter's Foundation franchise are put to rest at once in Toy Story 4, an entirely wonderful continuation of the series that 24 years ago launched an era in the annals of animation.
And there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Hello?
It's been nearly a decade since Toy Story 3 put a satisfying capper on what seemed likely to remain a trilogy, but the same level of wit, imagination and yes, magic has been summoned to create yet another fully worthy sibling. After its incredible early run, Pixar began showing some chinks in its armor in early to mid 2010s with some subpar sequels, Cars 2 and 3, Monster University, Finding Dory, and a couple of less than stellar one-shots, Brave, The Good Dinosaur. Increased pressure from Disney, real or imagined, to keep the hits coming at a stepped-up rate was seen to foster a certain creative slippage. All the more reason than to be disarmed and thrilled by this new installment, which sees several new creative hands join forces with some veterans for a story that is fresh and different while remaining at once with what's come before.
I was made to help a child. I don't remember it being this hard.
Walt Disney's best work was always seemed timeless, and this entire series does too. The textures of a rainy night in the opening scene impress as even more expressively vivid than what Pixar has delivered in the past as we re-engage with some of the old gang, with their former charge Andy having left for college and their new one Bonnie, voiced by Madeline McGraw, preoccupied about starting kindergarten. Woody voiced by Tom Hanks and Buzz Lightyear voiced by Tim Allen are laying around the house without much to do. At this point in his life, however, Woody is philosophical about being ignored, figuring that something new turns up, he'll be ready for it. But even the lowliest, dirtiest and most ignoble doll or toy would be insulted by what, at a school orientation day, little Bonnie publicly embraces as a new best friend and companion, a plastic fork, or perhaps more precisely a spork voiced by Tony Hale, one with lopsided eyes, a waxy mouth and pipe cleaner arms. In other words, it's a piece of trap, and better yet, it knows it. I'm a fork, it insists, adding that it doesn't even comprehend what a toy is.
I don't belong here!
A good measure of the credit for this belonging to the first-rate voice cast, as Woody. Hank still sounds as youthful and energetic as he did a quarter century ago, and he plays a significant part in making the revisiting of this franchise all these years later such a pleasure. Potts returns to really come into her own as Bo Peep, who may share an intimate past with show-off Duke Kaboom, Canada's greatest stuntman, whom Keanu Reeves helped turn into an egotistical hoot. Even he, however, has a poignant backstory. Ultimately, what gives Toy Story 4 genuine heft is that it's a tale of second chance and characters who take advantage of them. Like its predecessors, the film is rambunctious, noisy, genial and pretentious, action-packed and old-fashioned in a very good way.